Focus, focus. I am about to give you a video review. Bruce Lee once said, "You must become the water in the cup." When you really think about it, you become the water in the cup. Be water, my friend. If you do, you can become anything. This was a famous quote by Bruce Lee. He said, "If you become water, you can become a cup. Water becomes the cup. Be water, my friend," was what he always used to say to people. Um, I have a movie review for you again. Um, After doing the Karate Kid comparison, one film that kind of inspired me to, it got me thinking about the Karate Kid again was Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. Another film where the martial arts, the storyline, the acting is just brilliant. I could not ask for a better biography film about Bruce Lee. It's by the director of The Fast and the Furious, Rob Cohen. Rob Cohen directed Fast and the Furious, the Fast and the Furious, the original, not the new Fast and Furious film. But he directed this Dragon the Bruce Lee story. I chose this golden setting here. I thought it represented like something you would see in like like it looks like like something you would see in like how like when you're in China, there's a lot of like dragons and things from a long time ago, and they're like all printed in gold. There's even some like temples and stuff that are made of gold. So I thought I could go for that whole look with this video. So that's why it's not in normal mode right now. But anyway, Dragon the Bruce Lee story is very, very good. In fact, this is probably one of the best biography films I've ever seen ever. Um, it is the story of Bruce Lee, like I said. Bruce was, in some ways, he was almost a troublemaker because he would always, because he knew so much about martial arts even at a young age, he would, like at the beginning of the film, for example, he's at a party. There's a lot of American sailors there, and they're trying to move in on this girl, and she doesn't want to dance with these American sailors. Bruce attends this dance, and he says, "This is wrong. I gotta go save her." So in some ways, he learned all this martial arts when he was younger. It was kind of a family. It was passed down to him, almost kind of. I read somewhere, and it wasn't mentioned in the film. I think Bruce was attacked by bullies at a young age, and that kind of convinced him to take martial art classes and learn it. And that's kind of how he became the Bruce Lee that we all know and love today. He's been dead for a long time, unfortunately. But this movie is truly about all his accomplishments before he died. You almost realize, I think he was 32 when he died, how much you can get done in 32 years. And this man, he's done so much, and he was only around for so little of time. It's just one of those movies where you truly become more thankful for what he left behind for us before he died. Enter the Dragon, I think it came out a few days after he died, unfortunately. So as soon as America knew who he was dead already. Um, but for those who were around in the 60s, he was in the show The Green Hornet, which is going to be turned into a movie soon. Unfortunately, he's not in it, obviously. Even Jason Scott Lee, who plays Bruce in this. Jason Scott Lee is Bruce Lee's nephew, and I think he was originally asked if he wanted to do Kato in the new Green Hornet film, and he said no. Or I think he did say yes, but something happened production wise, and so they gave it to this other guy from Kung Fu Hustle. Um, Bad choice. But anyway, Dragon's the story of Bruce. It's about how he met Linda, his wife here. It's the story of kind of like Linda Lee even has an opening statement in the beginning of the film. She said, "Not only is this a good movie about Bruce Lee, it's the story of the man, the martial artist, the philosopher, the teacher, um, the husband, the father. It's a story about all those things." And Bruce was truly the man who did all those things very, very well. And he was always busy. He was always doing something productive. Um, and unfortunately, he died before any of us really got to know him. Um, and there was a few interviews with him before he died, so we have those still. I think I have that on my Enter the Dragon Blu-ray disc, which I can review in the future if you all want me to. Um, Check out this movie though. It truly adapts the story of Bruce's life perfectly. Rob Cohen even interviewed Linda Lee before making this. Linda Lee also made a book about this. I think it's called Bruce Lee: The Man Only I Knew. Um, this movie was adapted from that. Another cool thing about this film too is all the fight scenes. Even though those were real fights at one point in Bruce's life, they kind of do them in a way where it's not too over the top, but they do it in a way that kind of reminds you of, hey, this reminds me of that one Bruce Lee movie. Like you watch a film like, oh, that was done in Enter the Dragon also, or cool, that was done in Return of the Dragon. And there's a lot of those moments in this movie. Um, some people think it might be a little bit corny in some parts, but I actually thought they did it pretty realistically for what they were given as material. But check this movie out. It's actually really good. Some of you are kind of like, I don't want to see it. But really, please see this movie. It's very good. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. There's at least one thing in this movie that you're going to take away from. I guarantee it. Um, Check out Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. I hope you all enjoyed this review. I'm going to bring you more here in just a little bit.